Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Air Hauler with MimiHerd37. So, in our last flight, we were up here, I think we actually went to Seattle or something. Actually, it was Juneau to Seattle. Now, I was going to do that flight, as you remember, from Fairbanks to West Palm Beach in southeast Florida. Well, we're not going to actually do that flight. I actually did it. I recorded it, and everything was going just fine. And when we were on a short approach, or on short final, all of a sudden, I looked at the speed, and all of a sudden, our speed just went straight down. Got us way too slow, so I got back up on the throttles, climbed it just a little bit. It looked like we were perfect coming back down, and all of a sudden, it just slams it right into the ground, almost like sometimes you would see like the scenery, you just come up and grab your plane. It was kind of like that. And it said, Air Hauler was like, landing catastrophic, plane written off. I was like, oh, hell no. Because it's just been a problem with like weather and stuff. In fact, if you look at that landing, I think coming into Juneau, everything looked good, and all of a sudden, I was talking about on that flight how it looked like it floated. Well, I actually was watching that video, a replay from the cockpit, and as you can see, as we're coming in, all of a sudden the speed started to climb, and that's why we actually floated. We actually got too quick all of a sudden. And so I'm done with Opus. I just installed Active Sky 2016. I guess that's the latest version that actually works with FSX. So I got that installed, and hopefully that's gonna solve these damn problems, because I'm really just getting kind of annoyed. So we'll see if that's gonna work. So in this flight, we're gonna actually go to one of our other bases. This is Fairbanks to Milwaukee. KMKE is Milwaukee. We've had a base there forever. We don't go there hardly ever. So we're gonna do that this time. By the way, I was kind of looking at this. It's kind of interesting. It's 2,365 to Milwaukee. It's only 900 more miles over to Helsinki, Finland, which is another one of our bases. I'm not going to go over there, but I thought that was kind of interesting. It's only 900 more miles over to Helsinki, Finland. And this is Milwaukee. It's almost just barely east of, like, halfway through the United States. I thought that was kind of interesting. Anyhow, we'll go ahead and do this. I've got everything loaded up, got the fuel and everything. Go ahead and fly this ourselves. And the 787, so yeah, I'm over at Juneau. So maybe that was our last flight, Juneau and not Seattle. I'm kind of looking at this note card. I could have it written. Oh, it is written probably on another one, so that's what happened. Alright, so the actual flight is going to be 2,542 miles, so I've got just under that in fuel. It seems like we don't quite burn as much, plus we're flying to the east. We should have the window with us, so that should be enough. It could be close. Actually, on the last flight, it was going to say, I was saying I had like 40,000 pounds extra fuel almost on landing, which was also very odd. So I'm not sure what the hell went up with that, what's going on with that. So we're flying to the east, so we're going to start slightly earlier, maybe 9:40. That's probably right there, 9:42. All right, and well, actually, we're going to have to find a place to put this thing, because we did not fly it over here. I had that one person, Jeremiah Bennett, I think, fly it over here. So we've got some large right there. I don't really know where to put it. Here's a bunch of large right here, so I guess we'll just put it right here. And with that, let's go ahead and move on over to the plane. Alright everybody, here we are at the plane. I'm just looking at the clouds here, and that's kind of one of the things I was worried about. You get active sky, but then it's got like active sky cloud art, and it's like, you need that with certain things. No, I've got Rex with soft clouds, so I was using those textures. So I don't know if those aren't default ones though, right? I think I don't know if it'll still use the Rex ones or not. Because I really don't want to have to go by cloud art. The textures and stuff. I don't know. Everything was 30% off for Easter. That's how late I am. I'm getting these videos out, by the way. But I'll eventually get them posted. So I don't know. I'm going to have to experiment with all this stuff, because I have no experience with Active Sky. Anyhow, let's go ahead and we'll get our information in here. We're at PAFA, Fairbanks, Alaska. Actually, with our route, we can go ahead and see here. Flight plans. So we're PAFA, KMKE. There we go. Activate and execute. So let's check this out. Fuel 73.8. That's a little more than it was supposed to be, but I'm going to go ahead and stay with that. Well, actually, no, it isn't. 73.8. That is correct. I was looking at our cargo, which is 70. So reserves will say 3. And cruising altitude, let's say 37,000 feet. And we'll do a cost index, we'll say 75. Execute that. No derated takeoff or anything. Flaps, we'll go 10. Actually, let's go over to departure. I always want to do that first, I always forget. So it's to left, which is 016. I put the SID in with the waypoint so it doesn't go straight over. It's like it's annoying. And we're going to land on the ILS 7 right. And it is actually GoPack 2. Alright, so we'll come back over here. Not departure, there we go. Actually, I want to go back there. Okay, so 152 is our V2 speed. 152, there we go. And our center of gravity is 6.5. 6.5. Let's go ahead and turn TCAS on as well. And our heading for the runway, by the way, flight directors, let's go ahead and turn those on. And I'll set this to 37,000. For takeoff, 016. Alright, parking brake coming off. Let's see, 016. Actually, I'm going to put the parking brake back on, because we haven't looked through this flight plan yet. Let's look through that. Make sure there's no discontinuities or anything. There probably will be. There usually is. There's one right there. And that says 140. Let's go actually find our landing speed, although it'll most likely change. That's saying 143, so 148. 148. I can hear him clicking in here, but it's it's like it's not coming up. It does that sometimes. It's kind of annoying. 148, and looks like about 6 miles before that, so I like that. Let's go ahead and move the range down. Alright, so it looks like got to go down to the right. Actually, I was doing this the other our one flight the other day, and I could not find the runway. Although we usually fly with the scenery, and actually had forgotten to put the scenery as active, so it's kind of screwed up. Yeah, we got to go down to the right for our takeoff. But see, 02 left. That should be on the other side then. Parking brake off. Go ahead and push back. Got to set up our center of gravity. Was it 6.5, I believe it was? So I'm just going to hold down the button. She should go. There's 5 right there. Is that 6? It's hard to see it. 5 1/4. Let's look there. 6. I'm gonna make sure it was back 6.5. There it is, 6.5. 6.5. There we go. RTO over the brakes. See, it seems like 2 left should be right there, but it's down here. Yeah, we just went through a plane. Alright, let's go ahead and stop the pushback real quick. Don't push us into the snow. And I hit the wrong button. Alright, parking brake is set. So see, I guess that would be our runway out there. Because see, there is a shorter runway right here. Then you've got the water runways right here. I think that's one thing that makes it a little confusing. Because see, that is the runway right there. Or not, that's the smaller one. We got to go over here to our large one. It's just kind of confusing sometimes on this airport. I don't know why. It shouldn't be that hard. Taxi brake, or taxi light is on. Obviously, that air hauler, I thought we were in a GA large, but that's for the stock airport. Because I don't have air hauler do all of our airports because we have so many and I just take them in and out. So that's why we're in this weird area that we really shouldn't be in. Alright, so we're going to have to taxi all the way down in here. I don't know that there's really any reason to come over to this taxi line, but because I'm not sure that we'll even fit in this taxiway. It is for smaller planes, but we'll do it anyway. Actually, one thing we do have to worry about is actually getting over to our runway. Because I'm not sure, I thought when I went all the way down, I actually could not get across to our runway. Now, so you know, I'm gonna come here and we're gonna cross over. That way, I know we can taxi down to the end. That's what we will do. Because last time it got really sketchy. And the other thing, I was doing that flight at night. It was early morning, so it was still really dark out, so you couldn't see anything. And then I'm trying to navigate through the airport, which had changed because, like I said, I was doing with the scenery, and then I forgot to enable the scenery, so I went back to stock. Everything, you know, just got kind of screwy. But hopefully this active sky does well. I mean, I don't know. Those kind of look stuck, but at the same time, those clouds don't really look all that stuck. I just can't tell. But hopefully, you know, like I say, it does good. Hopefully it doesn't affect performance. So I turned up, well, I used mostly default settings. I did turn off the update weather on approach, just like I did on Opus, because that seems to create a ton of freaking problems. We're clear to the left. We'll say we're clear to the right. So I went ahead, you know, and disabled weather on updates on approach, so you don't get. There's just those stupid crazy ass. I mean, there still is wind shear and stuff like that, but it's kind of ridiculous with those speeds and everything and the wind shifts. Just all of a sudden. Like I say, I flew for hours. It's over 3,300 miles to West Palm Beach, and it just screwed it up at the end. Like, that's seriously depressing to put all that effort into it, getting the flight going, doing 3,300 miles, and then boom, at the end, it's like, it was all for naught. It is nice seeing some of these planes. I think I've got it, the aviation, commercial aviation, down to 50%. I think I'm still 100% on all the others. Alright, flaps going to 10. We'll come down here to the left. So we're gonna need some runway. Looks like we're clear. We know that the planes are coming in. We saw that one guy land. I can't find his plane. It was the bluish one. Maybe that's him probably right there. Oh, we do have somebody coming in. I thought TCAS should kind of say something about that. I like that. You can put that shade over it. No real help from TCAS there. Looks like a GA plane. I can't even see it. So daggone small. Can't even really see its lights. Hopefully it's gonna get off the runway there. It looks like he did turn. No, it looks like he's coming at us still. Cannot. There he turned. I can't tell if that's a Twin Otter or what that is. Looks like a FedEx one. Wouldn't be surprising. And it looks like we'll be taking off in the correct way. That's the way they're landing. See, this is the side of the airport we are normally on, and not that other side. This is where the big boys are, and we are probably the biggest at this airport, 787. Weather updated. Alright, I'll have to turn that stuff off, because obviously we don't want the freaking messages every single time. Man, how long does the daggone message stay on there, for the love of God? You can turn it off now. I see what is going on here. We're gonna have to go through this plane, I bet. Oh well, it's not like it'll be the first time. Alright, Active Sky, you can like... I'll have to disable that next time, because I don't know how to get that off. I guess you can close click window. Kind of ridiculous to have it up there that long. Now, see, he stopped for us, but we're just going to have to plow through him. That's your traffic, I guess, on FSX. I guess that's a Twin Otter. To me, it looks different than the Twin Otter, but I guess. Checking everything out, make sure we got everything. I guess we could go ahead and turn on the auto throttles. I usually do that right before we enter the runway, but I'll go ahead and click that. $152 is the V2. And we're getting there. I guess we'll go clear all the way to the end. We won't need the entire runway or anything. That's where we'll go. Now see, it has traffic down here. I didn't see it when he was coming in. That is pretty nice scenery. What's that, like old DC-6s? I'm veering left. I'm trying to look at the scenery and not... I want to keep her on the taxiway.
Flight attendants, please be seated for departure.
It's by Aerosoft, by the way. No scenery from Milwaukee or anything. I've got this at very dense and dense. For the scenery, like what, complexity and autogen. So that's what you're seeing. Alright, like I say, we'll come down, I guess, all the way to the end. I mean, we could really enter right here, but we'll go all the way to the end. And get her lined up and get the heck out of here. Cause I know I'm done taxiing. I hate taxiing. Alright, we'll come up here and stop right here. Pumping the brakes. Guess one thing about this plane, she does not like to stop. I'm gonna go ahead and flip on the landing lights. It doesn't look like there's anyone coming. I'll turn on the strobes here in just a second. I guess strobes are extremely annoying to other pilots. Maybe not as much as during the daytime, but I guess they are annoying. So I'll wait on them. Just to make sure we're going to get on the runway. I don't see anyone coming. Strobes are on. And we'll do a rolling takeoff. All right. Bring the power up.
Check thrust.
There we go.
Thrust set. 80 knots. Checked.
Again, the heading doesn't line up with this runway. I don't know why. Seems like it never has.
Rotate. V2.
Positive rate, gears coming up.
Positive rate. Gear up.
Traffic.
Hopefully that traffic is behind us. Looks good. Let's go ahead and we'll hit autopilot.
Autopilot on.
I don't see
Autopilot
any of the traffic back here or anything. That's weird that it wants to set at 152 instead of... You know what? Fucking hell. LNAV, VNAV helps to arm that, huh? That was dumb. Totally. On every takeoff, I have to forget something. It's like it's mandatory for me. You must forget something. Because I was sitting there staring at that like, why is my speed? Why do I have that there? Yeah, I screwed that up. See, those don't look bad as you get into them and look close. But it was talking about dynamic texture loading and stuff like that. Putting flaps to 5.
Now we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
And it says you can only get dynamic texture loading with their active sky cloud art, which you gotta gouge people. You can't just sell them a good product. You gotta set up to gouge them, that's always nice. Flaps going to 1. And let's totally retract the flaps. Everything looks good. We'll go ahead and turn off the taxi light. It's the end of March, so maybe Alaska will be thawing out soon. I'm kind of excited to not be flying in the snow all the time. And plus locally, man, this winter just will not leave us alone. It will not end. Man, that is a lot of turbulence. You can really feel that thing moving around. Daggone. That was kind of nuts right there. Increase our range. Although, I mean, you know, moving around like that, that would be more realistic for a plane, obviously. It's kind of cool. You just don't need that stuff on approach. Alright, landing lights are off. Because we're above 10,000. Alright, let's take a look down here. 19.7, so still it says we're going to have a lot more. Alright. Now I guess we can get the weather thing now on the 777 to work. That's pretty cool since we're using Active Sky, because I don't know that it used Open, so I'm not sure. So that's kind of cool.
Portable electronic devices is now permitted.
So I'm guessing we're just going to have the same textures everywhere we go during this flight, because it's not going to load new ones. That's pretty daggone lame. And let's see about what time it's got for us. 0015. So what is that? 5 hours? Guess that's not too bad. And hopefully we'll burn off some more of that fuel. Although, like I said, we are going to be going with the wind, so I don't know what the chances of that are. But since we got 5 hours or so, and there's nothing really else to see, I'm going to go ahead and speed on up, and we'll be back in just a little bit.
securely fastened. To prepare for landing, it will be necessary to collect all service items, as well as any other items you wish to discard, such as newspapers.
Descent checks. Approach checks.
Alright, everybody, slowing it down to normal speed here. About to turn towards the runway here. Let's just check everything. Want to make sure. I had to fix one of my altitudes, actually. It was kind of messed up. Let's just check 143, 143. See, one of the, I think it was this one that has like 37,000 feet for some reason, so I fixed that. 148 as the approach. That is correct. So we're good there. Let's see exactly what speed we're supposed to be at. 200. Because I know we're well above that. We're above our 250. This plane just does not like to slow down. We're actually low as well. I'm thinking about just getting rid of this auto throttle. I'm about tired. I've had about enough of that. Go ahead and hit the localizer. You can see it's getting dark here, so we did fairly good on the time here. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting flaps out. Got maybe what, 17 miles or so. You see, I'm gonna put the back to speed brake armed. Let's see if we don't slow down a little bit on our own. Alright, so the running of the heading of the runway. Let's go ahead and put our gear down. We're not at 2,500. Good lord, I thought it was a little soon. I mean, we do look lower than. We can't be at 3,000 feet right now. I wonder if Active Sky and this maybe aren't really communicating that well? I don't know. Because we do look low. Putting in some throttle here. Doesn't want to speed up very much. So that's very odd because we definitely are. I mean, we seem extremely low, and that notices that we're low. But my goodness, that's weird. That's probably our runway right there. Alright, getting back off the power. We're coming back on the glide slope now. That's really odd how that got so messed up. Alright. Put some more flaps out. That is set for 30,000 feet to go around.
Ladies and gentlemen, in preparation for landing, please return all seat backs and tray tables to their upright and stowed position. Ensure all
Flaps are at 5. Flaps are at 10. One at 148.
Additionally, footrests and video monitors must be returned to their original position. Thank you.
Flaps to 15.
Land
Flight
3.
attendants, please be seated.
You heard land 3 there.
Landing checklist.
Flaps to 20, or no, sorry, 17. You can see our speed really bouncing around there. But when I was having problems, I mean, it was just shooting up and down. You see, there's definitely more turbulence than before. Let's go full flaps.
1,000.
Alright. Autopilot is off. Plane is mine. We still need to, that speed. We got floating houses over there. You can definitely feel more turbulence, which is kind of cool. So we're high and a little fast here.
500. 400. 300.
How can we be that
Approaching
high?
minimums.
I mean,
Minimums. 200.
now I do feel like we're extremely high. I think we have a problem with the elevation there. That was a massive bump right there on the elevation.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Cannot get down. We had lights in the middle of our, I don't know if this seems like there's been an elevation problem. There were lights up in our faces. I'm very confused. What in the world? We floated forever. I'm on manual braking and she just will not slow down.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be taxiing for the next few minutes. So
Smoking
please
the
remain
brakes.
seated with your
We need to
seatbelt
look
fastened
outside.
until the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign. At
About
that
where we
time,
should
please
park.
remember to
I
check
guess we'll
around
go
your
right over
seating
here.
area,
There were
seat
lights up in the
pockets,
middle. I
and
thought
overhead
we were gonna
bins
have
for
one of
all
those
personal belongings that you brought on board.
elevation
Please
problems.
take care when opening the overhead bins, as
Luckily
some
we
contents
didn't.
may have shifted during flight.
It looked like there was a big mound right before the runway. Also, our landing lights don't seem to really illuminate the ground. It's dark as hell. That was it was a bad landing. We went extremely long, but I thought for sure we were going to have an elevation problem there. Man, this plane does not like to slow down. But did anyone else? I guess I'll look on the playback. There was white lights as we were about to land. I eye level with this. That's why I thought we were going to get one of those elevation problems, because I hadn't checked it. Let me reset my views here. I cannot see, I'm not sure exactly where our lights are for the overhead. Landing lights are off. There's our strobes. There we go. I'll have to try and find like the overheads. Alright, we'll go over here in Parker. Auto brakes are off. I cannot see what that says. It seems like plus comm or something. Alright. I have to take my hands off the controls, and we got way over to the right. Looks like there's almost a little illumination now, but not very much. We'll park, I guess, right over here. I don't know, I have been terrible with this plane, a landing. I have not figured her out at all. Kind of a bummer. We're still going to fly it a while, but man, I was just hoping to do real good with this plane. I just haven't been able to do it. Also, I don't like what's going on with these textures of these clouds. The fact that Active Sky can't use Rex or whatever, that's just ridiculous. Alright, parking brake is on. Let's get us some external power here. Let's go ahead and hit on all the external power. See if we can't find some lights. Literally can't read anything, my god. Lower contrast, overhead panel, there we go. Oh, there it went. Let's go ahead and turn the dome light on, that's a little bit better. There we go. Alright, let's cut the power. Oh, there we go. So our fuel, we're up at 16, which is obviously more than we wanted, but it's not as bad as it's been. Alright, but with that, we can go over to air hauler. Let's go ahead and unload this thing. At least we didn't damage the cargo, although we wouldn't as long. The fact that we're floating on down the runway. There we go. Job is complete. Yes. The monitoring. Now our rating has gone down. Someone failed a job. I guess got it there too late. So that dinged us, -1. I don't remember how much we even get for our flights. Isn't it like 1.15 or something? So we got to recover it. See, 97. I guess we got 0.25, I believe, for that one. Did we not? 0.08. Dang, that's all we get is 0.008. And we went, see, lose one a minute, and like, it takes a ton of flights. Now, we were getting 0.15 for those. How come we only got 0.08? I don't really understand that one. But we got to get that back up. 490 million, everything looks good. We are in Milwaukee, one of our bases. I love flying to the bases because it makes everything so much easier. We'll see if there's anything good at Milwaukee. Oh, down to Lexington. That's close to me. That makes me kind of want to go there. Although Lexington doesn't have a very long runway. Yeah, 7,000 feet. That's, in real life, I don't think a 787 could land there. If I'm not wrong about that, I don't know. Juneau, I mean, Juneau is fun, but I really don't want to go back up there to Alaska. Helsinki's 3,700 miles. See, it's Fairbanks is closer than that. That's crazy. Fairbanks to Helsinki is closer than Milwaukee to Helsinki. It blows my mind. Seattle isn't bad, but we were just there. Austin, we have scenery for that. I wonder how, because we don't have a base there. There's another one to Lexington that pays real good. I mean, you could almost put a base there. There's nothing really all that close. We have Midland over here to the west. Be kind of a cool place for a base. 12,200 feet and a 9,000 feet. Wait. How is that 12,275 feet and then it says that's 9,020? Oh, I guess that is right and left. All right. Confused me there for a second. So maybe we'll go to Austin. I don't know. That's kind of sounds like a good plan to me. There's tons of jobs here. Palm Springs, that's always a good one, but I won't have enough time. But we shall see. So, yeah, I just got to, I don't know if I need to just practice more with this plane or what, but also I need to get Active Sky figured out. I really don't want to have to buy cloud art just to have better class and stuff, because it's more and more money. But we'll have to see about that. So that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. I hope you all did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys on the next flight.